storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
So on another episode of Ray J Ain't Shit, we're going to talk about some more today on how Ray J ain't shit, okay? Because I done told y'all that for months now. I done wrote the Norwood family many scripts at this point. Y'all always saying but I do be telling the damn truth. Ray J has, I guess, somewhat come to his senses and filed for divorce from Princess Love. Now, he actually did this past Monday. By the time you're watching this video, it might be like Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know. But anyway, he just filed it this Monday in LA in the court documents. According to Boss of TMZ, he actually cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for divorce. And I'm sitting there reading, and I'm like, irreconcilable. I can't even say the damn word. You know why? Because to me, it does not apply in this situation. Ray J and Princess are not divorcing because of irreconcilable differences. They are divorcing because Princess, does not want to be his mother. She does not want to be cheated on. And simply, Ray J is a hoe. So really, the reason for divorce is Ray J. Ray J has a large case of the hoe. He's been a hoe since the very beginning, and he's always gonna be one. Princess, if you guys remember, had filed for divorce back in May after they had basically been separated for months. They had an incident in Las Vegas last November that went viral when she was like 8 months pregnant with their latest baby, Epic. He left her in a hotel by herself, all because they had a fight, because ultimately Ray J wants to live in Las Vegas. And y'all might be like, well, Storm, now Ray J lives in LA. You know, Princess is in LA. Why does Ray want to go to Vegas? Well, let me tell you why Ray wants to go to Vegas. Allegedly, Ray has a girlfriend that's in Vegas. And I can almost guarantee if he really wants to move his family, well, his ex-family at this point, but his current family from LA all the way back to Vegas, after all Princess went through in Vegas, she was one of Floyd's hoes in Vegas. She escaped from the pole in Vegas. I mean, she went from Floyd's pole to Ray's pole. She didn't been through enough in Vegas. She don't want to live there, but if he was willing to risk it all to get his family to live there, I can almost guarantee you that Ray J's alleged side chick that lives in Las Vegas, she got a baby or two too. So we only know about the 2 children that we has with Princess, but I'm willing to guarantee that Ray J has mirrored his father's and mother's marriage in many ways, the cheating and the outside children. Because yes, Papa Norwood does have many outside children, okay? 3 that I didn't find. After Princess had originally filed back in May, she pulled back because she said that the 2 were trying to work things out. I personally don't believe that they ever had plans to work things out. I just think that Princess was under a lot of stress of being a new mother, having taken care of 2 small children by herself, and then to put the COVID situation on top of all that. I just don't think she wanted to deal with the divorce at the time. And so she let Ray J go ahead and come back home. Now, mind you, she made him quarantine for 14 days. You know, she said, look, you've been out there with them hoes. You are going to be clean, fresh, and safe before you come into this house. Well, not clean. It's nothing about Ray J that looks clean to me anymore. Like, to me, when you've been with that many people and you have that many spirits and that many energies all in your body for the rest of Ray J's life, he is going to have a black cloud that literally follows him because he's tainted. Like, when you have sex with someone, you exchange energies and you exchange their auras, and I just don't understand why people don't understand that point. Like, you wonder why you're constantly having all these issues in your life, and it's because you got 1,000 bodies on your body, and it's too much for your spirit to handle. So Ray J needs a whole spirit cleansing. But until he gets there and until he is emotionally intelligent enough to admit that and man enough to own that, well, he'll never get there. He'll always be little kid ass Ray J. Anyway. Now, are you tired of being fat as hell? Are you sick of your breasts hitting your lap when you sit down? Are you embarrassed every time you go by and people think you pregnant, but you really not? You just had a big burrito last night. If you were going through them problems, and guess what? I got a solution for you, and your solution is going to be found in Nutriburst. Now, before you get mad, let me let you know, in addition to using Nutriburst products, you're going to need a healthy caloric deficit diet. But one of my favorite products that Nutriburst offers is called Resolution Drops and Life Drops. And I'm telling you, they help me not eat as much because, you know, I'm a cookie monster. I'm a slave to that pata monster. So if you a slave to the pasta and the cookies like me, get you some Resolution and some Life Drops. My link is in the description box below. Now let's talk about the details of the divorce. Okay, so currently these 2 have 2 kids together. They have a son and a daughter, and Ray J is asking for joint custody in the divorce agreement. And in addition to that, Ray J also says that there was a prenup that was previously signed, and he is asking the judge to enforce it. Now, I know some of you guys may be thinking, well, why is he asking for joint custody? He gonna be working all the time anyway. He's asking for joint custody because, number one, Princess already really don't like his family, okay? Let's just keep it real. And if Ray J has joint custody of those kids, he can make sure that his family is still able to see the children. Because Princess don't like Brandy. Princess don't like Mama Sonia.
You know, a united front. Even Princess has agreed to make a public apology for everything that's been going on. Public apology, Princess.
That's really not funny. She publicly embarrassed you.
How?
You put him out there in the public on something.
You take into consideration of what he's done?
Why don't you tell him to apologize to me?
Hey, hold up. I don't want to get you upset because I lost a baby once. I want you to stay stress-free, and I'll deal with you after the baby is born.
Never deal with it because I don't care about dealing with it.
Okay, I don't care either, Princess.
This is your son,
That's
and
right.
I have my mother.
And don't you ever forget that,
and
okay?
Don't you ever forget
Don't you ever forget it, okay? You have to respect. You have to respect. Because she wasn't raised like that.
And you were?
But you gotta be an example for that baby.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Doing
And you're an
that.
example for your baby?
I am. I'm trying to be every day.
Okay, because I see you on stage
I'm
shaving
not
and clapping back all the time.
perfect. I'm not perfect.
Okay, and neither
I'm
am
not a
I.
punk.
And neither am I. And neither am I.
Stop.
This went all the way left. Granted, I might be a part of the reason everybody is beefing, but we all gotta get past it.
And this joint custody is going to ensure that the babies are able to see both sides of their family, okay, equally. Number one. Number two, he simply wants to reduce the amount of child support that he has to pay. Now, in the state of California, when you do have joint custody between two parents, that does not necessarily negate the fact that you'll have to pay child support, which I feel that he honestly will still have to pay, but it will lower the amount because the babies are with him half the time. But y'all know the way it works. You have to make sure that the babies keep the same lifestyle in your house and her house, okay? Okay, Gucci, I'm talking to you too. Congratulations to you, your new baby that you got on the way. You tell Keisha, make sure she stay away from them waist snatchers, waist trainers, okay? She's gonna be pushing out that baby, pushing out that afterbirth and trying to wrap that stomach up in a waist trainer. You let that uterus heal before you wrap it up with a waist trainer, but y'all ain't heard that from me, okay? So now let's move on and talk about the fact that we already know that lies and hip slop is a complete lie, but now this proves that it's a lie, because if you remember from Lies and Hip Slop Hollywood, they acted out a whole scene acting like he tore up a prenup and that it wasn't going to go down with one. Now we know that was all a storyline. We know it was all fake, but we know that everything that Mona put on is fake because, hell, she had freaking Yandy over there talking in the phone without no damn cord in it. Now, when it comes to their prenup, they had property that they both had outside of the marriage that they're hoping to keep, that they want to keep, and they want it to be fair, as well as dividing everything fairly. I'm sure they already had laid out the amount of like alimony that Princess would receive. Now, here's the thing. See, Princess's legal team can definitely prove that Ray J has been not faithful. And see, now I wonder, especially since California is a 50-50 state and they throw out prenups all of the time, I honestly wonder if this prenup, and we don't know the details of it, will even stand in front of the judge, because Ray J has not really upheld his end of the bargain as a husband. He ain't been a husband since the beginning. And Princess, I gotta tell you something. Ray J stopped being your husband a long damn time ago. See, once he cheats on you, ma'am, spiritually, he's no longer your husband. So you done already had a divorce from God a long damn time ago. You was just sticking in there. You was just sticking in there to basically get a baby and get a bag. And I ain't mad at you. You got to get something out of it. But I'm just saying, well, a baby, a bag, and your ego too, because that ego will have you getting used and abused for many years before you wake the hell up. Okay. So currently they have been married about 4 years. They dated for some years before that. They had a lot of issues in their relationship before that. And here's the thing. Everybody told Princess from the start not to marry Ray J. Everybody told Princess from the very beginning that he will not be faithful to you. He will do you just the same way he did Tierra Marie and every single woman that's in his life. For some reason, Princess felt that she would be different. I don't know if it's light skin privilege. I don't know if it's mixed girl privilege. I don't know. Princess is one of the prettiest girls he's ever dated. Well, really the two prettiest ones have been Tierra Marie and Princess that I know of. But other than that, I'm just saying, I don't know what it was about him that made Princess go ahead and agree to marry him, knowing that his track record was horrible. And there was no secret. His track record is literally out in the streets, like in the form of a sex tape. Number two, Princess, this divorce is a blessing. And I want you to come to the camera. This divorce is your opportunity for you to go out into the world, figure out who you are, get yourself together and get another man while your ass is still young, supple, and fertile enough to have another damn family. Don't you go back to Ray J after this. Don't you waste any more time after this is done. You have 2 beautiful children out of this relationship on, and simply never look back. The last point I wanted to make about really why Ray J and Princess's marriage was doomed from the start, okay? Ever since Ray J has come into the world, he has been his mother's favorite. He has been babied by his mother and then babied by his baby sister. And even if you watch their old reality shows, I'm talking about Family Norwood, whatever that shit was called on VH1, even if you go back and watch that, you will see many times where Brandy felt like their mother favored Ray over her, and every time she said it, her mama would always deny it. But ladies, for the ones that watch me, you guys already know we have this issue in our community where the black sons are basically treated like the babies and they're baby forever, and then God forbid there's no patriarch of the family, then the baby boys are almost treated like the mother's surrogate husband. Meanwhile, the black girls, your ass is kicked out at 14. You know, you get your period, you start getting some boobs and some breasts. Now you basically got to be a grown woman and fend for yourself and take care of this kid that you didn't even push out. And so there's a lot of weird dynamics going on. The mom and Brandy does not hold Ray J accountable for anything. They take his side in everything, and they don't tell him when he's wrong. And the problem is no one can grow spiritually, emotionally, or even financially, hell, if they can't take criticism. And that will never work in a marriage, because in a marriage, now Princess becomes his family. Now he has to listen to Princess, and she has to listen to him. And unfortunately, you can even tell the way that Ray J moves and the way he speaks. He still speaks like a boy. He still moves like a boy. He's not yet a man yet. And he won't be a man until his mother and his sister backs off a little bit and they're honest with him about who he is and the shit that he's doing and the mess that he's creating out there in the world. Now, as far as that alleged girlfriend in Vegas, will we eventually learn more information about her? Yeah. Allegedly, there are some other kids out there that was made in a process of some reality shows, but that's some information I'm going to do some more digging on, and guess what? That information will come available too. And so that's that. Okay, Ray J and Princess are divorcing. They never had a chance in hell. But I do actually know, I forgot this point to give to y'all. If you guys remember back when they were on Love and Hip Hop, Ray J actually trademarked Princess Love's name. And so I find it funny, and I was trying to figure out why Ray J and Princess were still doing business together even though their relationship was basically over. And here's why. Ray J literally owns her name. And so Princess Love, if I were you, the main thing I would be asking for in court is for my own name back. I would be on some Tina Turner shit. Like, he can have this, he can have that. I just want my name back. Honey, that's your name. You deserve it. He didn't make you, and you definitely will have a future without him. Okay, so that's that on that. If you guys want to do business on my channel, make sure you email me stormmonroebusiness@gmail.com. I also offer YouTube consultations for $125, and it's a 2-hour consultation. And we can break it up as you wish, okay? Just make sure you email me or DM me on IG to actually set up that appointment. And remember one thing, before we do the consult, I gotta make sure you actually know what kind of channel you have so that as soon as we meet, we can hop right into the meat and potatoes of everything. But that's it for that. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, and I will catch you guys later. Are you sick of walking around with that pooch that you just can't lose? Have you been trying to get back into your favorite apple bottom jeans, but you just ain't been able to? Or are you ready to finally have a beach body that you don't have to hide with the shirt or with the sarong? Then I got the perfect product for y'all, and it is called My Colon Cleaner. Now, this is not something that, you only do once every 3 months or once every 6 months. It is a daily fiber supplement that you will incorporate with healthy diet and proper exercise, along with a lot of water intake throughout the day in order to keep your poo moving, keep you healthy, keep you sound and in good health. So try.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.